2016 in chaos during opening day at the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. Anti-Trump delegates demanding convention rules be changed, but that effort failed.
And security is tight, where thousands of people are expected to gather this week to attend the convention and to rally against the RNC.
The convention began at about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
And it has already been a very busy day. We have live team coverage for you. Local 10 News reporter Glenna Milberg is standing by, and we begin with our senior political reporter Michael Putney right there inside the Quicken Loans Arena. Michael.
Well, guys, indeed, the day took a
Lori, Calvin, these Republican delegates at the convention generally very well behaved, but we saw an insurrection break out this afternoon down on the convention floor by anti-Trump delegates, mainly from Iowa and Colorado. They were demanding a roll call vote on rules that would require them to vote for Donald Trump as the nominee. The Trump forces, the Trump delegates, shouted them down, and they won the day. Not much of a confrontation in the end. There was no roll call vote, and all delegates to the convention must vote for Donald Trump. All right, let's talk about the lineup of speakers tonight. Melania Trump will be the featured primetime speaker, and also appearing former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, former Texas Governor Rick Perry, who ripped Donald Trump in the primaries. Also speaking tonight, sitcom actor Scott Baio. Florida's 99 delegates, plus alternates and spouses, held their first breakfast meeting today and heard some straight talk from a top GOP pollster.
So the first thing is, if the election were held today, Hillary Clinton wins. You want an honest answer? That's an honest answer.
Frank Luntz knows better than me, but I feel that America will wake up when the issues are presented and they will realize that we do not want 4 more years of Obama.
All Florida delegates are pledged to vote for Donald Trump. Some will do so simply out of party loyalty.
I come from a sports background. I'm a team player. I don't mind joining the team.
Trump cannot win Florida without significant Hispanic support. Most Cuban Americans don't like him. Juan Carlos Porras of Kendall does.
I was not offended. I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion, and I believe this is a country of free speech, and everyone is entitled to what they believe is right and just.
So you were not offended by those remarks?
No, not at all.
These Florida delegates will get a big pep talk every morning from a GOP bigwig, but they're already fired up. These are the true believers, and now true believers or converts to Donald Trump. Did you support Trump in the primary?
Yes, I did, absolutely.
All right, so this is not going to be a hard vote for you?
Never was, never will be.
A little late news to talk to you about now. Donald Trump and Melania Trump were in a motorcade on their way to a New York airport this afternoon, and they got involved in a traffic accident. The campaign says they were not hurt. Well, there is a convention inside. There's also kind of a convention outside, and that is where my colleague and friend Glenna Milberg is. Glenna, take it away.
In the First Amendment arena is where we are. We're outside the perimeter of security, and this is where people are supposed to gather, have gathered this morning, but really the tens of thousands of ralliers and protesters that they're expecting and prepared for really have not materialized today on this first day of the convention. We did see some, and I'll show you some video of some ralliers, and they didn't call themselves protesters this morning. They said they really just wanted to spread a message of awareness. These were people from immigrant groups, immigrant advocates, who are very concerned about Donald Trump's strategic call to ban immigrants and to quote unquote build that wall. And those are the people that we've seen here largely. But the security, despite the lack of protesting right now, is still so tight and really unprecedented for a political convention, and for good reason, they say, with what is happening around the world, with law enforcement apparently being targeted in the last few weeks in different American cities. They are very vigilant and have a very tight security bubble around all of the convention activities. We did see, if you come back out live, some rallies and protests taking place and hearing about them on the outskirts in different parts of Cleveland, but not so much here in convention downtown city. And that is one of the things that a lot of people we had talked to early this morning were very upset that they couldn't get closer to where Donald Trump might see them, or the people and conventioneers and delegates might see these protests. That is the latest from Cleveland. Outside the convention perimeter today, I'm Glenna Milberg reporting live, Local 10 News.
Tonight could prove to be very interesting. We'll check back in with you. Thanks a lot, Glenna.
And you can watch all the speakers live tonight at 10 p.m. Local 10 News is teaming up with our partners at ABC News to bring you that live coverage from the convention at 10 o'clock. And do know that Glenna and Michael will be there live for you all week at the convention, followed by a week of coverage next week at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia.